Hey guys, Tizzou here, continuing my coverage of the Zotac 25. It's going to be the first matchup of the semifinals, a Terran versus Terran on Metalopolis. All games in the semifinals were played first on Metalopolis, followed by loser choice. If you don't know what the Zotac Cup is, it is a European European tournament hosted on the European servers. Open to any player who can play on the European servers can feel free to sign up and participate. Spawning at the 6 o'clock position is SeleCT, spawning in light blue, versus mouzStrelok from the Mouse European team, spawning in dark blue. It's going to be a Terran versus Terran on Metalopolis. It looks like both players experiencing a little bit of lag. It looks like it's been resolved now. They did a quick pause. That's what all those words are there, I would imagine. And here we go. Just taking a note, their spawn positions, they're going to be the closest land rush distance possible. A very nice, straight, quick line to your opponent's base. We'll see if either player decides to go for some kind of timed early bio-ball push to prevent the tank Vikings from having time to come out on the field, to prevent that usual Terran versus Terran tank Viking play that we've all fallen in love with and all learned to hate. Here we go. See how these players decide to play this. Both players decide to go supply depot first. Neither one gonna do any kind of cheese. Here goes a barracks. There goes a barracks. Barracks everywhere. Looks like we're gonna be seeing a very standard very standard economic opening with that 13 barracks, neither one going for any kind of cheese or very early rush to a factory. Looks like, SeleCT throwing down that refinery, whereas mouzStrelok has opted not to throw down. And look at this, he's queuing up a whole bunch of SCVs. Not quite sure what he's planning here. He might be playing some kind of early fast expansion, some kind of marine all-in, but he's not getting gas yet. He's banking up minerals. We're going to see where he's going to go with that. SeleCT's refinery now done, starting to pump gas. I'm really curious to see where stRElok decides to go with this. It looks like we're definitely going to see an expansion, already up at 350 minerals, 370, and he's not even going to build a command center in his base. No, he's just going for a scout with that. What is he going to do? He's getting that orbital command. I assume an expansion is coming, but the more I say it, the less it feels like he's going to throw one down. Here we go. stRElok is going for that expansion, and back here, he's back at SeleCT's base, throwing down that supply, but doesn't want anything sneaking in the back of his base, getting that orbital command, getting those Marines, doing very typical stuff. I imagine in a couple seconds we'll be seeing a factory because he's almost to 100 gas. Yes, it looks like a factory. Yeah, factory about to go down. SeleCT doing a little juke on me, confusing me for a second there, still pumping Marines. He doesn't know, just double checking because I want to be sure. Jumping to the SeleCT cam. Oops, don't want to follow what SeleCT is doing. SeleCT has no idea about this expansion, so this is going to play out large because he still hasn't scouted the expansion. He doesn't even have a single unit moving in that general direction. And look at this. Poor stRElok scouting in the wrong direction. Went top, went to the 9 o'clock, finally going to find his way to the 6 o'clock. Hopefully he's going to get some scouting information, but I think he's going to be quickly denied by these 3 Marines. Factory almost done. We're going to see if he's going to move into some kind of Hellion play or if he's going to move into Tank Viking. Tech Lab being added onto that barracks. Here we go. Scout finally getting there, jumping back to stRElok's base. Has the bunker going down in case any early push comes. And here we go. Lots and lots of barracks. Finally has his gas in full production, but he is going some kind of barracks push, concentrating mainly on Marines since siege tanks. That siege tank nerf has made Marines a lot more useful in TBT, but he is opting to go Hellions. He must be reading stRElok's mind because he's still just taking out that SV, double checking on this one. SeleCT still doesn't know about that expansion, so he must be reading minds and guessing right with these Hellions. Going for a Marine stim pack, jumping back to stRElok's base. Look at that, triple tech add-ons. And does he? I heard a little bit of Marine fire. Let's just double check here. SeleCT is finally aware of this expansion. He knows that he's going to be behind if he doesn't do something at least somewhat sooner. He cannot allow stRElok to just macro up, or else this game will be terrible for him in the mid to late game. Adding on that tech lab to the starport, moving this factory onto the tech lab. Going Banshee. Is he going to get the cloak because he's got just about enough? No, he's not getting the cloak. Instead, he's getting siege tank and siege tech. So going Banshee, siege tank, siege tech. Very interesting. Everything in that lineup shoots ground. He's hoping that his opponent is going no air, but with that early expansion and no factory yet, there's no way he's going to have any kind of air presence, so probably a wise decision. Hellions finally getting in the mix, getting some SCVs, 1 SCV down. Only going to get 1 kill, it seems. Not going to get away with 2, but just doing enough harassment. Here we go. mouzStrelok moving across the field with his small ball of bio units, Doubling back to select space, one tank, Marines, working on another tank. Siege tech is almost done, and the Banshee's out. He's got quite a fearsome units for stRElok to deal with. Here we go, stRElok coming into the base, that Banshee scooting and shooting the best he can, trying to take down, but he's forced to back up, just does not have enough units to deal with this. One Marauder coming to the mix. I think stRElok is overcommitted to this push. I don't know why he's pushing so hard. He's not going to get that siege tank no matter how hard he tries. Just too many Marines. That Banshee's going to be too much. Jumping back, does he have enough units to defend this? Just has a bunker. This bunker right here is completely empty. Bring up the army tab, 55 to 37. Bring up the units tab. stRElok only has 2 Marines and 1 Marauder. It's going to be extremely difficult to defend, especially against such a large push coming out. Bunker being thrown down. Doesn't want any kind of possibility of this push being stopped. Siege tanks sieging up, forcing the units to back out of the bunker. Here we go. SCV's taking off the line. Marines coming in. Looks like this is going to be too much for stRElok to finish. SeleCT takes the game down. Tank Banshee being victorious. That early expansion just proved to be too dangerous of a play to go for. Moving on to Game 2 of the semifinals between mouzStrelok and SeleCT. I hope you enjoyed. Look forward to the next game.